scratch the hood. Be careful. Mariana, go ahead and show them what you're wearing. Go ahead, turn that camera.
I always get sparks in the face.
I said that's for the you know, 99% survive sparks. I said, all right. So
it's in the shop because I was using it for sandblasting.
Up on the front, I have a Sawzall that's stuck in that metal that Mary was filming because the battery went dead and the Sawzall got stuck. So while the battery's charging, because I don't know why all my Milwaukee batteries are dead at once, but I got 3 chargers going now. Anyways, we're going to cut off some of this tin. And this is the problem with cutting this off is I'm just going to screw it down to the metal because there's nothing to weld to. So you don't want to cut all of it off. You just want to make a little sandwich, but I can get rid of some of it. The problem is I'm using a 4.5-inch disc on a 4-inch grinder, so I had to took the thing off. And anyways,
there's a bunch of sparkles in the air that y'all can't really see.
Oh, I'm probably breathing that out.
Mm-hmm.
Well, thank goodness I'm already half used up. It's you that's the problem.
That's why I got the shield.
Yeah, I have to be honest with you guys. I hit a wall a few hours ago, an hour ago, 20 minutes ago.
But he want to keep going.
It's just a frustration level of wall, you know? It's like, I really thought I could fix the brakes for cheap or close to nothing and be on my way. And that's the frustration is. It was a lie. I don't think this does anything anymore, Mary. This right here.
Yeah, it's floppy.
I think it's Bluetooth. Wireless? Bluetooth. Is it Bluetooth or is it wireless?
Wireless and Bluetooth can be interchangeable-ish.
I got a wireless floor mount there. This rest ain't too bad. It's all version.
Well, wireless is usually over Wi-Fi, and then Bluetooth is Bluetooth.
Yeah. Well, let's set up the other hood thing here on the. So I'm gonna put the sawhorses over there so I can. And I'm gonna use Subaru hood to put in the floor. 24, Mary.
19 by 24. Where's your marking pen?
Right here.
Oh, good.
I want to cut that yet. Maybe I like that curve. If you've ever cut a hood apart with a saw thing in the back of your yard, a couple of things to do. One is you don't need to worry about that.
Fireproofing.
Huh?
Fireproofing.
It's full of oil. It's probably not very proof. Along the edge, you gotta go like this though. If you've never tried to annoy your neighbors before, get one of these. That'll wake them right up. You know, they're gonna be your friends for sure. All right. One piece of Japanese, previously U.S. made official American steel. Yeah, I gotta finish the cut. I was just fooling myself thinking I could make that work. Well, anybody who's sitting there in your YouTube land going, what is that idiot doing? I'm with you. Now, we need to perform a bend right here. Whoop. That's a precision measurement. How are we going to do it?
Put it over edge. We
I
bend
can't
it.
hear you talking through your face shield.
Bull.
I can't hear you.
You got earplugs in?
What?
What about we put it on the edge of the seahorse
Oh, really?
and bend it?
We don't want to scratch the hood. Be careful. I'm going to scratch myself. Over there.
Go in your home.
Let me get another piece of wood and some screws. Got your leg off. You hold the drill. You hold that screw. And you hold that screw. And I go over here and remember where I want to bend it.
Look at this. Mega bill.
I put a screw through there but doesn't touch the metal.
No, really?
Yeah. Wait. Crazy, back it up. Not even straight, man.
So what? It's not touching the hood.
Alright, go right there. Slow down, crazy. Alright, go ahead. Go. Good. Come to this end. Do the same thing.
It's just.
It's not even tight, so you're gonna have to keep going until they're tight.
I will. You decided.
Go.
You decided to use 5.5 inch.
Go. Good. Come back and tighten this one.
I'm hitting the metal, Darian.
Great. That means you're low enough. Let me go get my hammer to wail on it. One time we did a video on hammers. This would do it, but I don't want to do it. This is the one I like. Why'd you throw my drill right where my feet go?
No.
Alright, take the screws out. Okay, I was just thinking to myself, as much tetanus is on this car already, what's a few more screws poking through, right? So this is how I'm going to do it. You want to hear the most annoying sound ever? Ay, ay, ay. Alright, I'm going to straighten that one up by... Whoa. Is this on fast forward? Yes, it is. Alright, so now I take my glove hand on the sharp edge. Pull that kind of squeegee it. There's some good metal back here, so it'll be alright. Nice, very nice. Oh, I should have had it over top of that better. Well, this is just the practice side. The good side will be there, so that side, right, Mary?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I kind of let it find its own spot, you know. I just let it go where it feels like it.
Yeah, we can see that.
Now, don't worry about this. First of all, it'll keep the cat out because it's not big enough. But second of all, at the end, we're going to end up with all kinds of weird little pieces. Let me show you. Little piece. And all of a sudden, you go, well, that could maybe, you know. Nah, I give you credit. This is probably not the piece you want here. But I'm just saying at the end, you use, nothing goes to waste. It's like making a chicken soup. Just put it all in. It's good. So you guys think I know right now some of you guys are thinking, idiot. But the idea is I need this force low down here because that is designed to be low. So I'm going to modify, cut, notch, fix, twist, push, hammer. It's going to be amazing.
If you haven't modified the firewall enough to put the engine in
Well,
it.
yeah, I mean, this car was never designed for this. And that's even on top of the other frame. Could you imagine how screwed up it would be if I was putting that in its original location? That'd be way up into the dashboard. These overhead valves, they screw all these old cars up.
It fit a V8, but now it can't fit a V6.
Well, it was a small V8.
Yeah.
And the 6-cylinder's tall, and the flat 6s were...
Was it a flat V8?
Yeah, they were flatheads, yeah. Don't you pay attention?
No, because I don't remember what came out of it.
Don't you know anything about something that was born 50 years before you?
Yeah.
All right, what did I say? Rewind the video.
26 by 26?
I know.
I don't know if you know anymore.
I have a good memory for some things. Let's try manual bending it. Oh, baby. Now I can just come in with my... like that.
Like what?
Didn't you hear me the first time? Let me get the screws in this. You goofball. Whoa, what are you doing? Come on, hey. Hey, pay attention. Why would it go like that, Mary, and leave that big gap when I had it over here where I wanted it?
Because you let the screw do whatever it wants. You let it walk all over you.
Is that what happened? I let the screw be in charge? I don't want it being in charge. You don't think having an extra hole in there is going to cause any problems, do you?
It's got enough holes. It'll be fine.
It'll be all right. This is a left-handed guy's job right here. Oh.
It's a good thing you have a left hand.
Yeah. I'm going to put a screw back here because I want one.
Okay.
This car should have been in the junkyard, you know.
How do you know it's not? You say everything I own is junk. We have a yard. It is in the yard.
Ooh, good point.
This is a junkyard.
A little bit of zoning change and we could be junkyard people.
Would the property tax be higher or lower?
Well, it's a business, so they're going to get you.
Ah.
Hand me my and I can this thing.
No, it's all kinds of wrapped around, trippy and folly.
Oh, so then it's not a joke anymore. It's just a sad reality told in a fable. A ditty.
About trippy and folly.
Yeah.
He's gonna cut his cord into 3.
Who put these knobs on?
Oh, you wanted a win earlier. This was your win.
So you're saying that the past Darien got the future Darien good?
Yeah, happens quite frequently, we've found.
Oh, where's your gear? Go in. What's wrong? You're home.
It's in neutral, remember?
How come these don't fit up?
Oh, I guess not anymore.
Just because this thing is... I might have to pull all those screws out to...
Is it backwards?
No, I don't believe so. I don't believe so, Mary, because that's the one that goes over there.
Right, but this looks like a steeple angle.
Well, yeah, the floors are different, man.
Yeah.
Maybe I should have just cut the floor out of the truck and then put it in here, and it would all been shaped up right. It would have had this hump just right. It would have fit just right.
Hindsight.
Go back in time, cut out the floor of the truck, save it. Remember, you're not a hoarder if you use it.
That's what you'd use your back in time for?
Where's my tape measure. I'm just going to use a thing called measuring. So that shifter's there. And then that back of that. Let's take this off. Can you help me at all? Or is this just watch Darian struggle day?
Well, watching Darian struggle is far more entertaining.
Yeah? For you?
Yeah, for everybody.
Alright, give me that dang thing. Somewhere in the middle.
Can't even hold on to your tape measure.
I tell you, it's tough being me. 14 inches. Remember that time I just cut that piece out, and now I'm going to cut this piece out? I think it's because my wheel's too short now. I have to admit the grinding smell has made the cat smell go away. Measured that side wrong because otherwise that would be sitting on there. So I can cut this one here, or I could just bend it up like that. Why don't I go ahead and make a piece that'll bend that up and go under there at the same time?
That's a lot of numbers. You can do it.
It doesn't matter if I can do it or not.
Ah, the grinder has to do it.
Let me climb in and pretend I'm an operator of this vehicle.
On the passenger side?
It's an English-made one. Shaquille O'Neal, I'm addressed in the back seat. Did I just knock something out through that hole?
Yep.
What was it? Was it my drill?
Yep. I thought it was, but gotta double check.
I think part of the problem is we're too high with this whole setup.
Ow! This door got my head.
Well, I might have to use a razor knife on the boot.
Yeah, my phone, which is the camera, fell out of the other stand and landed halfway on the hole, and it was teetering, and I snatched it just in time earlier.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Is the car fighting against us?
No, the stand was. Are you having fun?
I'll be honest with you. I'm ready to put this away for 4 years. We get another world pandemic, and that's it. It's off the charts. I'm gonna go sit in the house until they say it's okay. I think this needs to go under.
How you plan on doing that?
I really don't know. Nut and bolt, I don't know. I really thought it would be low enough it would feel all right, but it just it's binding up because it's too tall. It's, you know, on the other truck it was up closer.
Delay. All right, Darian has a plan. He's got his little drawings. I say little drawings. They're well thought out, mathematical, to make, well, there's probably more under there. I don't know, I haven't seen them before. To put around his shifting column. Speak of the devil.
Oh, good morning, Mary.
Hi.
So, you were showing the peeps already this.
Yeah.
So we're kind of in the middle of a couple of things going on. To recount, last time we filmed, which was probably 4 or 5 days ago on this project, I was getting frustrated with the way the floor was coming out and that pan, trying to reuse that. So I've laid out some metal here to make this part here. We're going to build the firewall. Then of course we'll fill in the floor with some more hood metal. I had this bright idea, the gasoline can. I don't know that we showed that last time or not. I have a 6-gallon one. I wanted to cut it in half and make the hump out of this gasoline can. Come on, I'll show you. The storage unit, Suburban. This one. Now, I didn't pay nothing for this. I got it from somewhere. But I wanted to cut it down and use the floor hump and then have that part with the shifters come through here and here. And the kids are against it, so it goes back. It's not very prime. It's probably out of the 60s, probably the same vintage as the Suburban and the 53 Ford. All right, anyways, let's get cutting on this. Oh, that's rusty.
Yep.
This is Mary. She's letting me use it. You're a nice kid. Whoa. Take out my earplugs so I don't have to yell at you all day.
What welding speed and voltage you think you're going to use for this?
I don't know, it's pretty thin.
Not as thin as body work, though.
No. Alright, so you're trying to get education out of me for free.
Yes.
I'm using 035 wire on this because that's what I put in here. There's 023, there's 030, there's 035, there's 045, and that's the diameter of the wire. So this is a medium to heavy wire. This is a steel wire with a shielding gas. You have gasless wire, which is basically a flex core. You have this wire, which is a steel wire that has, it's powered by a motor in there, and the wire comes out when you pull the trigger, and that also activates the electrical part. Then over here, that's your leg.
Yeah.
We got this shielding
The
gas.
old chair already got me earlier from the 43.
Attention. So you got this shielding gas. This is 75% carbon dioxide, CO2, and argon. I can't make my own argon, so that's why this is kind of spendy. I think it's spendy.
And like $70. You just got a refilled one.
It was time. You've been working me too hard, Mary, with these videos.
Oh yeah, it was my fault. I'm the one who wanted to do this, not John.
So but instead of test fitting anything, I'm just going to rely on the measurements I took last week and the layout I did the other day and build this little thing, and then we're going to go in there and see if it fits in the car.
Are you going to tack it first and then go see, or are you going to weld it? You're going to commit to it?
I don't know. Let's see how it feels. I'm definitely going to tack it, but... Oh, nice and rusty. Come on, Rusty.
And wet.
Come on, Rusty the Clown. I feel like I'm getting in the air.
You're also, well, it hasn't been primed yet, the line. You're also boiling the little water droplets on the table in the Washington way.
So what? So I'm welding on a plastic table.
It's covered in water and oil and grease. Well, I already moved all the combustibles down.
Why is it being silly, Mary?
Just go in your home.
Wherever you put that, the handle's going to trigger it, no matter where you put it. I used a cereal box. Some guys I know use beer boxes, but I don't drink beer, so I used a cereal box. I made a pattern. Well, the box was too short, but I estimated. I got a pattern here for this piece, and then I made it a little bit taller. And then I transferred it over here to this metal. Boom. And I think what I'm going to end up doing, because I'm having a horrible time welding on this rusty old car, so I think what I'm going to do is weld all the same size metal together, zit, 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 zit. And then I'll have some tabs that come off of that, and we could just through bolt it to the floor. That might not be so bad, because then if I need to remove it for someday, the second time around when we have to work on it, you know, again, this has used parts, used clutches, used, so the likelihood of having to take it apart someday is pretty high, actually. Anyways, I don't know, we'll just get back to you probably when we're ready to weld it in, because this is boring. You can tell the story too, Mary.
It's looking good so far, and seems like it's welding finally.
Yeah, I just put all the heavy metal together, and I kind of got it tacked in a few places. I think once I figure out whatever round piece I'm going to put in there, whether it's going to be the gasoline can or whether I get a barrel and cut it down, a little 15-gallon barrel or something. I've used those in the past. Something round, or I'll just get a piece of metal and we'll shape it. Kind of make a floor hump. I could actually probably just do one flat. I don't know. Haven't figured it out yet. Okay, so you guys saw on the video already. Come on in close. You saw on the video already. We've got that part built, finished. I'm just now taking the rest of the blue material that I have here. I'm going to try to do that. I'm going to purposely leave that open for now. I've got an idea what to do. We talked about the gasoline can. Nobody wants to cut it up, so I'm going to probably get a barrel or something. I just haven't gotten that. So my goal here is to finish this. We'll install the metal on these couple of spots, and then I think we're going to go get some spray on rubberizer or lino lining or whatever, and make it all black. Put the seat back in. I think that's our goal. You see what we're doing? There, you can look through. So I know that some people are thinking this is a hackery way to do it. You're absolutely right. If you've got the money and you can afford to go buy floor pans and you want to put it into a 4-door old car, by all means, go ahead and do it. But as for myself, I'm just trying to get it to where I can use it a little bit, have some fun. Kind of like a field car. Does that makes sense? It doesn't need to be top of the line. There we go. The seat's going to cover part of this. Oh, did I just... Yeah, I'm going to have to drill a hole there where the seat goes, John. So let me mark that. Thinking. So from center, 9.5 inches. And from the edge to there. Let's call that 5.5. All right, let me put this screw in. We got a Sharpie or something? All right, let me put it on pause. Excellent. Before I forget where that hole is, I went and grabbed some tools. 9.5, and from that edge it was 5.5. Do you think I hit it? John says no, he thinks I missed it. Ooh, that's a little small still. Tighten it up. Oh boy, that's an egg-shaped hole ready to go. I'll put another screw over here. Some of you guys might think, hey, Darren, why don't you weld those in? I would love to, but there's just nothing left here to weld to. Let's cut another piece of metal for here, and then I got a big piece for over there. It's 24 by, pretty flat though, by 10. We got that much left, Johnny?
Doubt it.
Oh yeah, we got it. Okay. Okay, so I haven't had any comments, negative or positive, about using the hood metal. I've given my reasons why. But whatever, when you do, you're cutting, you're just using the skin metal. And Subaru, maybe other auto manufacturers, they just use this adhesive and stick it down. So basically, after you cut it out, you just gotta give her the old 1-2 and cut her out of there, pop it out. They must have used a lot right in the front. Get front end crash. protection by using extra glue right here. Anyways, you can see that's all I'm doing is I'm just using the thin metal. It's, you know, metal's metal, right? So I changed my plan slightly. This is the biggest piece I got. Come on. And right here is where the biggest piece is. Okay. Yeah, it doesn't really cover very well. Yeah. I think I'll put that piece there. And then we'll just have to put some other pieces in here. We're going to be shy a little bit of metal. I wanted to cover this with a rubberizing coat. Yeah. These are the Ford mounts for the seat. They did a good job when they built this. It's really inside of a channel. It's really a good hold down. Irony is that it holds it down so well, but they didn't have no seat belts. So what good did it do? And I was thinking about this car, 1953. This is hard for me to think about. Okay, Ford was building Liberators during World War II. Ford was building those. I don't know what plant this one came from, but just 8 years later, this car come out, right? After the war, this is 45 to 53 is 8 years, right? Anyways, they're building this, and I'm thinking, looking at the construction of this originally, how it was built. It's like, man, how did those Liberators even fly? Because they've got so much structure here. This thing's built like a tank, which I think Ford was making tanks too, but a lot of those auto manufacturers were. Oh yeah, I love that sound. Oh yeah, chalkboard. Let's cut that piece off. And then you remember that one time, John, when we were out jeeping in my little green Jeep, and in the toolbox down there I have this one little rust hole, and I lost all my screwdrivers?
I remember that.
We'd hate for you to fall out of the back seat of this one through that hole. John's doing my filming right now. Mariana went into town. We're trying to finish this while we got some daylight. Almost out of screws too. It's gonna be close. It's gonna be a tie finish here. What's gonna give out first? The metal, the screws, the patience, the time, the energy?
All of it. All of it.
No, I took my gloves off, so I'll probably get cut. I'm pretty sure I had it going this way. Yeah. Yeah, polishing a turd is what I'm doing here. I did maybe hook something. Maybe I'll screw it into the drive line, John.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Self-tightening.
Okay, I'll tell you a funny story. I have this friend. I'm not going to name names. He knows who he is if he watches my channel. If not, he'll never know. He was hauling a fifth wheel trailer, and he had ratchet strapped in front of his fifth wheel trailer between the back of the truck and the fifth wheel hitch. He had ratchet strapped in a ice chest, and he left the tail of the ratchet strap blowing around, and it was dancing. Apparently, it had gone down between the bed and the cab and was dancing around there, and somehow it snagged the drive line at freeway speeds, and it immediately crushed in the sides of the cab, destroyed the ice chest, and scared the heck out of everybody that was in the truck. Insurance had to buy him a new bed for his truck. Ooh, disappeared. So that's not a joke. If something's dragging on your drive line, make sure you take care of it. No, I'm going backwards. Look how good that works when you go the right way, Johnny. That's my last screw. We're going to have to We'd have to go get the rubberizing. Here, move out of the way. We have to go get the rubberizing anyways, so I guess I'll go get more screws. And, you know, we got some leftover license plates, and I told Mary the other day, I don't want to use license plates. But you know what? I might use license plates just because we're so close. Let's see if I have a piece for these little sides. Are you going? Are you doing it?
Yeah.
Are we making a movie?
Yes.
So John astutely pointed out, he goes, Dad, that's aluminum. And I'm like, what? So he puts a magnet. Go ahead and show him with your magnet. Go ahead and show him. Go ahead and show him. And I'm like, well, that would explain why it was hard to weld that piece to the other day. And I'm like, why is it not welding? Who would have figured you'd make a car out of metal that wasn't metal? Huh?
Aluminum is metal.
It's an alloy, John. It's not metal.
It's close enough to metal.
Are you watching how good this is working?
Run electricity through it. It's metal.
Let me do the back now. I don't know if I have enough metal or not. I guess we can use license plates because they're aluminum too. So, yeah, it's pretty hokey. Anybody who's watching this still, hey, thanks for watching. Anybody who goes, that's a good idea. Hey, I like your style. Anybody who thinks that's dumb, yeah, I agree with you. But it's what I had. It's what I'm going to do. There's a really good chance that once we start using this car, John, we're going to have to put another piece of metal over top of that. I mean, once our feet start getting in it. Because it's pretty hokey. Janky? Is that the word? Is that a word you guys use? Janky?
I don't know what words my generation uses anymore.
Why not?
I don't pay attention.
Couldn't afford it, huh?
Yeah.
Look, there's a screw in there.
Yeah, it's the one you shot off like 5 minutes ago.
And it went in there?
Uh-huh, apparently.
Well, that's where the seat thing needs to go. So that's actually in my way.
You want me to go get the magnet?
Yes, please. Go grab your magnet.
Here, hold the camera.
No, just go grab the magnet. I don't need to be babysitting that guy. Yeah, this thing's tough. This is what I was saying earlier about these projects. You get into the middle of them and they just, you know, you just got to finish them, even if they don't turn out perfect. I hate to use the word close enough's good enough, but on some of this, where would you stop? I mean, where would you, you know, at least this way I'm using the car. It's kind of a rat rod looking outdoors car. It's kind of a, you know, off-roader. Well, its intended purpose was to have fun for one weekend and then not worry about it. But now I'm putting more effort in, John. More effort. Stinks in here, though.
I just get a can for Breeze rubber band.
Yeah? Okay. Let's try your magnet trick. Don't give me that scratch all over there. Go to that side. I need the drills anyways. Yeah, this magnet's no good. It's not strong enough. It's not strong enough, John. It's not strong enough. All right. Yeah, I need those drills so I can put a hole in this one. 9.5 by 5.5. Remember that game, Operations? Would you ever play that game? It was probably more of a 70s or 80s game.
I played it once.
With the bzz, bzz, bzz. You were supposed to take some guy's bones out of his body without him throwing a fit. Irony. Anyways. Yeah. He would be shocked to death if I was doing this. Oh, that worked. I just shoved it right through. Golden. All right. Is that a word? You ever heard that word before? Golden? Yeah. I think it's a Midwest term more than... Yeah, I grew up in the generation where rad was the word. Rad, it's rad. That's whatever. Oh, here's another one. Stellar. That's stellar. That's a waller. All right. So all we got basically is that little piece of junk right through here, which I really don't want to use license plates because we need to span it, but we might have to. I think we're going to quit for the day. The last thing I want to do to end out this video is I'll find something to fill in there, and then I'm probably going to spray all this down with the rubberizing black undercoating stuff just because I'm not going to put carpet or nothing in there, and it'll all make it look pretty decent. I don't know, good. Got a word gooder. Here I've got an idea for a 15-gallon little barrel. I just have to find one, so I'm going to leave that off for a little while. The next video coming out, half of this floor stuff, the brakes will be finished. I'm working on them now in between all this, and it's pretty close, but I'm going to have to go to the wrecking yard and get some parts that were missing off that last wheel over there. The emergency brake connection, some other things that I can't get at a store. I've kind of did some research on it. So we'll get that going. And then I think we're ready just to build a gas pedal, hook up the fuel tank. I've purposely left it unhooked because I don't want to put fuel in it while I'm working in here. And then we should be able, if the brakes work, we should be able to take it for a drive somewhere. Hopefully, you know. Anyways, I will probably have a video here at the end showing the finished floor. But anyways, thanks for watching. Talk to you guys later. Okay, so I've got Herculine takes on anything truck bed coating. So you can see I've ended up using some license plates. This one here, if you remember, September 2001, I remember that. Wow. Anyways, that's an old license plate. I don't need to go into conspiracies of Building 6, all that. Anyways, you see I've got that done. I'm purposely leaving this out. I'm waiting for a specific item to put in there. I haven't found it yet. But I'm just going to, before I put the seat in, I'm going to do this whole deal. In fact, I'll try to set you up here. And then you can watch what I'm doing. I don't think you guys need a lesson on bed liner. Spray it on a floor. Some people like it. I don't know about you guys, but when you go to take one of these caps, you're supposed to squeeze them. I've always found you kind of crack them. Yeah. There it goes. Might need that later. See how it does. Kind of a cold day today, but we'll make it all at least one color. Because once the seat's in here, you're not going to notice it too much. And if you do, I know some of you guys are thinking, man, this dude's a hack. Yeah, I have to agree with you. I would love to have had more money in this car. If you guys ever want a real challenge in life, go try a YouTube channel, because you're constantly trying to do price and schedule. What can I produce with what resources I have in a timely manner to stay consistent? You got to have a big platform, which requires a lot of time, and if you have a little platform, you want to be consistent. And if you're consistent, like you guys have been continually watching me, so I'm continually wanting to do projects. That's where the problem is can I do that project in the time and manner that I have with the money? And then at the end of the day, most people are just casually observing the project, right? I mean, you guys aren't going to come with me on the adventures. You're not going to see the finished project. You're not going to get the smells, the tastes, any of that. And in a few minutes, you guys will click onto another channel and watch what they're doing, which is fine with me. I understand the program. I'm just showing you what I'm doing, what I can do, which is maybe different than everybody else, what they can do. And I love this platform because of that. You know, there's ways to make more money, I suppose. But like I say, I've always been doing this. And this has always been my kind of a go-to hobby thing. I think I paid $11 or $12 for this one can. And I'm not putting carpet or nothing in it, because I have no intention of doing anything. To me, this car kind of reminds me of the cars in Cuba or somewhere, where they're functioning relics, or this would be a car that you would see with the roof rack and all that, kind of like a Pan American racer, or an old-timey Baja car that they have sometimes put in there that was done on a way budget, you know. So by doing this, it's going to look clean, and it's going to be complete, but it's not going to be over the top, huge expense in it. And I know I mentioned the money a lot, right? It's not that I'm obsessed with the money, it's just the reality is I've watched YouTube channels, and so have you guys, where, you know, next time you watch a channel, start doing your own pricing. I watched a guy the other day, I'm not sure of their name. They rescued an old Dodge truck somewhere, and they said, that's not bad, that's a good price. And they invested $1,500 for the weekend. Well, they were doing that every week. So you start adding that up, that's $6,000 a month that they're doing on YouTube to create content. Well, they were smaller than me, that channel. So then I thought, well, who's got $6,000 a month to invest in a YouTube channel? Now maybe they're hoping to get bigger and recoup some of that. But I'm going to do what I can do, and I appreciate you guys who've been watching me do it. I think it's pretty cool, actually, I find it personally very motivating, right? On the next project, I think, because winter's coming, we're going to finish this one. Then I got a couple of starts that I've got lined up. I've got a van that I might do a van of destruction on if I can find a place to do it, you know. I'm not going to give too much away of my ideas. Somebody will steal it from me, but a series of events that will just continually make this van weaker and weaker. It's going to the scrapper. It's a junk van. Modern caravan. Nobody cares. Anyways, then I've got this other truck that I was mentioning that's probably going to be a reality before the van. And then I want to get in the shop and work on that 48 Ford some. Obviously, this car is going to go on an adventure. I've got things to do on it. But by the beginning of the new year, I'm hoping to have this one done. I want to do some kick plates here. I might get some aluminum and do some kick plates over the sides where, you know, it's all tore up. Make it a little bit nicer on the inside. I got a little bit of wiring to do. I'm going to jump back on the 64 Chevy Suburban. That's got a clutch issue that last time I drove it. That one's actually licensed too. I mean, that one's ready to go as much as any of these are ready to go. This one I've got a title on. I've got titles on all my stuff. I live in the city and I don't like having something that doesn't have a title in my yard. So that's one of my criteria. And again, every state is different. But for my state, what I like to do is have a title. If I can't get them with a title, then I usually don't get involved. The Suburban I had to do a bunch of title paperwork on, because the previous owner had passed away, and that's understandable. But I don't like doing it. It's kind of time consuming. And it's not, money-wise, it's not too bad, but there's a 3-year wait, so while I own it and it's mine, there's a 3-year wait to get clear title on it, and that's, I'd just rather not mess with that. I don't think I want to keep anything for 3 years for a maybe. Anyway, that's what one can will do if you guys decide you ever want to do this. That was like 11, 12 bucks. Tractor Supply. I bought it yesterday. Kept it in the house warm. I still got to do a gas pedal. Man, you know, I was looking on Marketplace. There was a Moon gas pedal. Okay, you know, the Hot Rod Moon, the aluminum cast one. And it was 30 bucks. But it's 3 hours from where I'm at. That's a 6-hour round trip, you know. And I just couldn't justify it. But I thought it would look cool. A Moon pedal in here. You know, it'd be from the 50s. Anyways, you see that stuff, but if you can't get to it and it's not on your radar, your agenda, well, that's the end of that. You know, you can't do it sometimes. So I like to go again with the philosophy of what can I do? What can I do? Anyways, this is coming along pretty handsomely. I will probably, 10 minutes is about on the clock, 9:30. It might need another coat. I might go buy another can. I can see some spotty spots as it's drying. It may not show on the camera. Otherwise, I'm going to give this thing a good wash down. I will probably do a seat cover on these seats out of canvas. Buy it at the Home Depot or whatever for like paint drops. They're pretty easy to staple together. And I might do a seat cover for that. And then it just looks so much better inside. Otherwise, I'm not trying to get too crazy with this because this is going to be driven in the mud and in and out of the car. It gets all muddy and stuff. The Washington winter here is going to be mud everywhere. So anyways, I'll get with you guys later.